Hey, what's up, guys? Just a little thoughts on the Hover One Alpha. This is actually the 2.0, the one that just was released maybe a month ago, 2 months ago. Probably about 2 months ago. It was released at like Walmart, a certain few places like that, maybe Best Buy. But it's getting a lot more press now, I guess, to where it's available on Amazon now. Pretty much everywhere now. Everywhere you search for it, you're going to find it in usual spots. Amazon, well, like I say, Walmart, their webpage. Their webpage didn't have it for the longest time. I'm talking about Hover One's webpage. But just so you know ahead of time, the old version, the 1.0, whatever, it wasn't called 1.0, but the classic, I guess, for lack of a better. Right now they're on sale for 229. Man, you can't go wrong with Alpha. Granted, it's only a 6 amp battery, which doesn't get you very far. It gets me about 9 miles, I'd say. On a good day, maybe closer, maybe around 10, but I'm about 240 pounds. When I first got it, I was about 255-ish. I lost a little weight since then. Thank you. Uh, but down to 240 pounds, 5'11", 240 pounds. I'm really comfortable with it. Both versions, by the way. But talking about the old version that's on sale for 229, when I first got that thing hauled me around no problem. Up to 18, 19 miles an hour, no issue whatsoever. It's not crazy acceleration, which I kind of like, because if I'm just cruising around and I want to go fast, it gets me up there slowly, not to where it's throwing me back. Some eMove, AOVO Pro, AOVO Pro. Those will kind of throw you back a little bit. Not crazy, not like these 70 volt, 23 amp crazy super fast scooters. For a lower voltage, it's 36 volt, 6 amp. Like I say, you're gonna get about 8 or 9 miles out of that thing. Depending on how much you weigh. If you're like a 160-pound guy, you probably might get 12 or 13 miles. But I think it's a great scooter, and I think its best use is it's like say if you're going like 2 miles down the road or going into town. Say it's only a couple miles into town, and you want to tool around, kind of ride around the park or whatever, or maybe just around the city a little bit, maybe a mile or so around the city, and then head back home. It's perfect for that. Like I say, a couple miles in, ride around the city for a mile or two, and then come back home. You're talking about maybe 6, 7 miles altogether, maybe 8. It's great for that. And then you bring it home. You probably still have a little bit left, but that's probably a good time to go ahead and recharge it. Once you get it down to 1 bar, a lot of people say when you have it fully charged, you want to run it down to almost empty. Not all the way, because you can screw up a cell if you completely kill it to where it doesn't turn on. You don't want to get it that far down. You want to get it around 10% and then recharge it back up. They say as long as you can stay in between, 99 and 10%, the better you can get. All the way on to where you get the green light. I don't know if that's any better than 98% or 99%. I don't really think that's any better, but I have gotten good results for having a low battery and charging it all the way up to green. I've had good results, obviously, as you should. But I've also had it to where I've gone, low, like 10%, 15%, charge it up to like 98, to where it didn't quite go green yet. It was almost ready to. And then I shut it off, and it seemed like it wasn't as good. So I don't know if that topping out gives you a little bit extra. I don't know. It could be. But anyway, just some thoughts on the Alpha 2.0, Hover One, of course. I think it's a great scooter for big guys, small people, everybody. It's a good starter to kind of just under mid-level. You know what I mean? I think if you're just somebody that wants to just get your feet wet, make sure you even like it, it's a great place to start, especially if you can get the older model for 229. Like I say, right now it's on sale 229. That's a great deal. And there's no shipping cost either. It's 229, bam, shipped to your door. In the Alpha 2.0, there's mild differences. The only real difference to me is there was 3 speeds on the original. There's only 2 speeds on the new one. And the stem, the front stem where you're steering, your handlebars attached to, that's fatter. That's like 2 inches around, maybe 1.75 inches around. Before it was like maybe 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches around. Now it's much fatter. It's supposed to be better control. I think it's maybe a little bit better. You know what I mean? There's not a whole lot of difference, I don't think. Anyway, just some thoughts on it. Throw some questions down below if you if you got any, and I'll be happy to answer them. Overall, though, I think, and they've gotten some crazy bad reviews on Amazon. I want to go ahead and address this. I think a lot of those reviews are based on the used ones that people got. Because I got a used one myself, and it didn't even fire up. I plugged it in, there was nothing. Well, there was a thing going around that you need to plug it in and start spinning the wheel because the motors would go to sleep mode. So you start spinning that wheel, and it wakes it up. The charger turns red, that means it's charging. So if you get one that's funky and you can't get nothing out of it, start spinning that motor wheel. And if that doesn't help, do it for a little while. And if that doesn't help, then yeah, you might have a fried one. But with that being said, I think they are they're very tough, very well built. Every company has problems here and there, but I think Hover One, especially with the 2.0, I think they nailed it. Everything that was questionable about the Alpha in the past, I think they've nailed it now with the 2.0. The 2.0 going at 348 right now, 349, right in that range, if it's not on sale. But full price for 348, it's a great deal, man. You can't go wrong with that. So anyway, hope you guys like it. Subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you next time.